Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks so much to like sometimes the mistakes that people can fall into, especially when they're starting creating something, is that we kind of can fall in love with our idea, and we're creating it, but we don't really get that market feedback. We don't talk to people. We don't do those the testing, all those things to get all that information about being effective. All those things are huge. So I love that it was a process. It sounds like I'm not sure how long it took for you to get to where you are now versus like launching that product.
Yeah, it took me about 2+ years, and I think that's still kind of tight because I come from this world. So even for me, like I knew where to source the ingredients from. I have contacts from my, past where I have manufacturing. It's all born and bred in LA. So I've been in LA for the last 6 years bi-coastal. So that piece to me was rather easy, but I think I just really wanted to make sure that we create something that the consumers want. And that's where we spent most of our time in researching and then sourcing those specific ingredients for specific formulations. So yeah, about 2 to 3 years was the rough timeline.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. And I don't know if you ever heard the quote where they say that secret to the overnight success is it takes like 10 or 15 years. So I appreciate you talking about the background that you have, because I think we can gloss over that. Even the 2 to 3 years and you being able to reach the success that you have, we can sometimes skip over or forget the fact that you have had so many years within this industry, which I think probably definitely gives you an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have respect for that, right? I think one advice, and I'm sure like we'll talk about this a little bit more, but one advice I always try to give people and budding entrepreneurs is that don't jump into something that you have literally no background in, right? Because you don't know when you're succeeding and when you're failing, and there's room for mistakes all the time. I'm still learning even now post-launch. I'm like, we got to change this, we got to change that. Poor decision made at launch. So there's so much that, in the entrepreneurial journey, you just have to kind of be like, all right, messed up, now how do we make it work? So it's easier when you have experience to minimize those mistakes ahead of time.
The beauty and the thing that we forget about in business, we never ever reduce mistakes, but you try to get as close as possible from reducing those mistakes as you can. And I'm sure that experience helps out a ton. So I know you showed us the products, and you touched on a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more on like how the men can use it, what use cases of products, and how exactly they can have that great skincare?
So like I said, our products are science-backed, right? So I'm going to dive quickly into each product so people understand really what is truly different, right? So when I compare larger brands, I won't take names of my competitors, but there are some large brands that are out there, and why my product, I believe, is different and better. Like the way we approach this set of skincare, this is our first product line, is we kind of wanted to be like, all right, you just need one simple regimen, right? If you stick to it, you're going to age gracefully.